just have to say I really enjoyed talking about this music because this is, again, like I said, this is music that's been very personal and very close to my heart for many years now. And it's really cool to be, just talking about this stuff kind of finally after all these years. So the next CD up is, and this is, since its release back in 2008 or 2009, I can't remember, it's become absolutely just one of my all-time favorite albums. It is just a beautiful, wonderful Neofolk recording, and just one of the best albums I've ever heard. It is Werkraum's early love music. Werkraum is a German project of Axel Frank, and the word Werkraum translates to English means something like workroom. The project began in 1996, and in the late 90s, I guess there was some independent albums released that were in more of a, I guess, like an industrial soundscape kind of manner, noisy perhaps. I'd never heard them. I think they're very limited and they've been, very hard to find. But by the early 2000s, Axel moved the music into a more neo-folk direction, and he released, a couple CDs, and then this album, being his third, was not only his best, but unfortunately the last, and the project's either been on hold or broke up at some point. I don't know, it's hard to say, but it's been over 10 years since the last album, so it's hard to, really say what's going on in the project. This is an interesting record because it doesn't have, I guess, like the more, typical feel that is present in the neo-folk scene, both before it and even after it. It has more of maybe a psychedelic kind of vibe to it, I guess. I shouldn't say that. It does, but then it's very diverse. It just doesn't have that sort of more pagan-y and just, Death in June or Soul Invictus kind of influence sound. It stood its ground as a very unique album at its time, and I think it really is. It also features guest contributions from the members of the band Changes, which was a 60s neo-folk group and arguably kind of the band that started neo-folk. It also has contributions from Lady Morphia, an English neo-folk group, and the German neo-folk group Sternpunkt also has appearance on this album. As the years have gone by, I've just found this to be a enormously, just really catchy album, and just really beautiful album, to say the least. It's one of those albums that I've always, gravitated towards, and every time I put it on, I can't take it off. It's just, again, kind of like what I said earlier, there's nothing like, there's no technical prowess here. It's just very atmospheric and beautiful, just straightforward folk music, really. It doesn't rely on synthesizers or other instruments as much as, like, say, Death in June or Soul Invictus does. It's just, it's more guitar-based, more song-based, and just really great, just catchy, wonderful music. The songs, of course, are some are faster, some are slower, and some have lyrics in English, some are in German, some are even French. It's pretty diverse, and with all the guest contributions from other bands and members, it's it's really a diverse experience. It is just a really great record, and again, like, I love listening to neo-folk music in the fall. It's just something about it, it really resonates well with the dying of the season and leaves changing colors. So it's always been a type of music that I really like listening to in the car when I'm just driving around. And it doesn't matter if I'm driving around, in the country or the city, just seeing that, that dying, decaying of nature. It just, it really, it always has affected me in a special way. And, neo-folk music is a great partner to have when you see that kind of stuff. Another interesting characteristic of this album is that it doesn't really have, like, that more darker and melancholy kind of vibe that, say, like Current 93 or Soul Invictus have. Songs are a bit more upbeat and just, catchy and really memorable, and just has this sort of timeless quality to it. It is just a record I've played constantly over the years since its initial release, and it's an album that I absolutely love. And I think because this ended up being the last Werkraum album, it sort of became underrated in the grand scheme of things. But anyone that has heard it, I think, will probably agree it is just absolutely one of the best, and just best Neofolk albums ever released. So there's the front cover, and yeah, we got you know, another, what I'm guessing is maybe an old-timey painting. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. You got some guy on a horse, and I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's pretty cool. And then there's the back cover with all the song titles. As you can see, you know, not all of, you know, some titles are in English, some are French and English, German. Yeah, it comes in this really nice looking digipack. Yeah, there's a CD, a nice close up of it. Let's check out that booklet, shall we? So, early love music by Werkraum. And the booklet has pictures of all the members that participated on the recording. All the lyrics, of course, here. Yeah, super cool. I mean, just a really nice big booklet there, and again, you know, it's I can't even totally describe it for you, but you know, sometimes you just hear something in life and you're just like, damn, like I love this, and it doesn't even matter like what the feel is, or you know, if it's dark or it's light or whatever. It's just it resonates with you in a special way, and this was one of those albums that it just did that, and I know it's an album that I will continue to listen to for many, many years to come, and it's just a beautiful, wonderful album. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Let's check it out. It's on streaming services, or you know, if you're feeling a little more bold and adventurous, you know, pick up a digipack. And I know they're still available. I just checked the Bandcamp; they're still available there too. So you know, just check it out. It's great stuff. That's Werkraum's early love music. All right, one more, guys, and I have to say I've really enjoyed doing this, and I plan to do more videos and continue on this series because it's that time of the year, and I just gotta go with my gut and talk about music that you know, is working for me at the time, I guess, if that makes any sense. So this next album and the last one for this particular video is from the Finnish Neofolk group known as Tenhi and their album Saivo. Saivo came out in 2011, and it came out just as I had well, I had just visited Finland for the first time, and I don't know how to really explain this in a way that you might understand, but I went to Finland specifically in 2011 to go to a heavy metal festival, Tuska, which I'm sure you Finns and maybe some of you other Europeans know. I went there for a heavy metal festival, but I fell in love with the country. You know, it wasn't just because Finns, you know, really understand heavy metal and stuff like that. There was just something I can't really explain it. Just something really awoke inside of me, and just I said to myself, like, this is where I want to be. You know, I had this. There was just, it just felt really different from like you know. Where I came from, you know, here in the United States, it was, you know, everything was much more cleaner and pure, and just people seemed so much more nicer and just genuine, and just, you know, it was just a really amazing experience. And I know probably that those feels were heightened a little bit because I was drinking a lot of the time and was honestly pretty drunk most of the time, so the stuff I felt was, you know, it just, it's hard to explain, but I really, you know, I loved being in Finland, and I went again in 2012 for the same festival and had a arguably even better experience that second time around. And well, it's been almost 10 years now since I went, and I really hope to be on Finnish soil again someday. But why this album became special for me is because every time I listen to it, I think back to those days I spent in Finland and just how much it meant to me, and just something about this music. I suppose it's because the lyrics are in Finnish. It just has that very, it just has this strange sort of Finnish melancholy and just darkness to it. And you know, I've never bothered to look up the lyrics. I have no idea what they're about. But just really special and just really unique. this band. I mean, they have almost a it's hard to explain their music because they don't sound like any other any Neofolk group. It's very unique. You know, there's violins, the guitars are much more elaborate rather than just being the more like fastly strummed acoustic guitars that you would find in, like Death in June or Soul in the Victus. It has this more, you know, neoclassical, more elaborate sound. You know, much more special, much more just unique. I mean, I've never heard any other band that even sounds even remotely close to Tenhi. It's just really special stuff. And especially in these months of the year when like the sun starts to fade and like you know, the days grow darker and stuff like that. You know, just because of who I am, I let the melancholy in a little bit more and the darkness in, and it just music like this just really. It speaks to me in a very special way, and you know, I can't even totally articulate that because you know, the lyrics are in Finnish, and I don't even know what they're about, but just really really great music. The band released 4 albums, but unfortunately, I guess Saivo turned out to be their last album, as this one came out in 2011, and they have not released anything since then. So it's probably safe to say that the band members have moved on to other things or just quit music, which is a true shame. But at least they went on with this, and just their magnum opus, as far as I'm concerned. Just an amazing album, just you know, total just classic. Right then, so look at the front cover, and on the front cover, it's just a boat with some people. You know, very dark, very mysterious. You know. Are these Vikings on here? Is it just people, you know, traversing a river or ocean? Very interesting. Song titles. Here's the CD. Here's the booklet. Lyrics. Yeah, just really. Oh, that's right. The English lyrics are in the book that I've never really bothered to read them though. Just really beautiful, a bit obscure, and just dark music that for an American guy who traveled to Finland and fell in love with the land, this was a record that just sort of it brought back all that beauty of the Finnish landscapes, and just yeah, it was a really special time in my life. Even if I was drunk a lot of time I was there, it just I look back on those times, and it was hard to believe it was almost 10 years. Well, it was 10 years ago for the first time I went, and just great stuff. You know, again, you know, if you're trying to get into Neofolk music, this is just a true classic in my eyes now. You know, it's 10 years old. It's Tenhi's Saivo, just a masterpiece of very unique Neofolk, neoclassical-ish Finnish melancholy, just beautiful stuff. Well guys, thank you very much for joining me for this video. It's been very exciting talking about some different music for a change to this channel, and not just focusing in on you know, the dark ambient stuff. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. I mean, there's still, you know, more stuff I'm going to talk about in the coming weeks and months, and so on and so forth. And you know, if you ever checked out Neofolk, you know, definitely look these albums up or these artists out, if nothing else, and you know, see if you like it. I think, you know, if you're interested in any sort of dark atmospheric music, this stuff will resonate with you. And, you know, if you know these artists already, you know, or these albums, just, you know, definitely let me know what you think about them in the comments. And, you know, as usual, share this video if you like what you see. And if you do end up checking out any of these artists after the video is posted, definitely know your thoughts. I'd definitely be curious to see what you think and feel, and, you know, just all that kind of stuff. So, as usual, thank you for, stopping by and check out the channel for a while. It's immensely appreciated. And until next time, take care, and I will see you. All right, bye.